Taxes are due on Monday. John Bever, the President and Chief Investment Officer of Phase 3 Advisor Services, is with us today to talk about home office deductions. And this is a significant deduction for many people. John, what do we need to know?
Yeah, so there's really a two-point test, a personal qualification and the office qualification. So let's start with the personal qualification. Under current law, this only applies to the self-employed. Used to be employees could take the deduction prior to 2018, but between 2018 and 2025, it only applies to the self-employed. Now, even if your employer required you to work from home, if you're a W-2 employee, you can't take the deduction. You also need to realize that some states do allow a state deduction for employees, so you want to make sure that you check in with your tax advisor. You can also take the deduction as a sole proprietor or partnership if you work part-time and have other W-2 jobs. As long as you have some part-time income, you can take this deduction. Again, check with your tax advisor. So the second issue is the office qualification. Does the office qualify? Well, the space must be regularly and exclusively used for your business. It doesn't have to be a separate room, but it has to be a dedicated space. So for example, you can't use the kitchen table or a shared desk where other people may be doing things. It must also be your principal place of business, but not your sole place of business. For example, tradespeople or someone that's an on-the-road salesperson. If you do administrative work at home or management work at home, invoicing, accounting, ordering, scheduling, then you can take this deduction. Another example is daycare if you have customers in your home.
Please break down exactly what deductions people can and cannot take if they have a home office.
There are two calculation methods. The first calculation method is the regular method. This is the actual expense. It's based on the square footage as a percent of your entire home. Now you can include in this the cost of your mortgage interest or rent, property taxes, utilities, home insurance, and even services such as cleaning. So these expenses are deductible using that percent of space, but you are limited to $10,000 for the total deduction. It does require you to file Form 8829, and I would refer to the IRS publication 587. Now, there's another simpler method. It's quicker, and it's been available since 2013. If you haven't used this or you haven't taken the deduction because you thought it was too complicated, you might even want to consider filing an amended return. The way this works is you're able to deduct $5 per square foot of the home office space up to a maximum of 300 square feet or $1,500. Record keeping is not required for this method. You report it on your Schedule C, but it cannot result in a net loss on your Schedule C. You can also do this if it's a partial year. Again, just prorate the deduction for the amount of time that you actually had your home office. But remember, check with your CPA or tax consultant.
Great tips today. Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.